If you are tired of playing late game ZVT games, here is a quick cheesy build order that you can use against most Terrans and sometimes even against Protoss. This is a Nydus all-in with queens and links. Start as usual, play a standard 16 Hatchery, 18th gas and 17th pool. Our goal here is to make it seem like everything is going into a standard macro Zerg playstyle, while in reality we are planning our hideous cheese. Remember to place your second Overlord somewhere close to his main base, preferably find a blind spot where you'll later put your Nydus Worm. When you have more than 90 gas, pull off 2 drones from gas to mine minerals. While we'll need more gas later on for Nydus network, we need minerals more at that moment, that's just more important. This also saves us from Reaper scouting, because if the experienced Terran sees that the gas is being mined at that time, he might get too cautious and defensive, which is something we're certainly not happy with. Also, don't forget to constantly build queens from your second hatchery. At 320, we pull 2 drones back to our gas. If you want to be more committed to this attack, you can do it 10 or 20 seconds earlier. This build order works best against factory openings with Hellions and Banshee follow-up, but it has difficulty dealing with Steampack playstyles, so make sure you scout that with your 2 links. At this point, you can still easily divert to something else and play a normal game. As soon as you have 100 gas, order a Lair. Your total desired drone count should be somewhere in between 34 to 40 drones. The more you have, the more chances that you'll be able to transition out of it if the attack does less damage than expected. At around 430, you should be able to place down your Nydus network, and you'll have around 4 or 5 queens and whatever number of links depending on your economy. At minute 5, you'll be finally able to drop a Nydus. There are 2 perfect places. One is between his structures to block reinforcements like Shin did in his replay, and the second one is just in a blind spot. Once you arrive, make sure you place 1 creep tumor to help you advance forward. If your opponent is playing Banshees, build an Overseer from the Overlord that was doing the scouting for you earlier. Now to fighting. Most Terran players treat their working class harshly and they don't really care about SCVs, and even if you kill 20 or 25 it might still not be enough since they have mules. So you need to be extra careful with your queens, tank as long as you can with transfusions. Links should be trying to encircle Hellions and try to evade Hellion fire with press plays or just by sending them in different places. Ideally, you should also focus Hellions with queens, but that's not always possible and that's quite demanding in terms of microcontrol. Simultaneously, at home, keep building queens when you have spare minerals, and you'll certainly have them. Those queens could be either sent to the Nydus network to help or just inject for larvae at home. Same is true for links, and you can either send them through Nydus to help the queens and links on the main of your opponent, or just send them across the map to attack the natural wall and maybe break in and threaten the second base, and this depends a lot on what your opponent is doing. If he's being too passive and he's buying time, it might be a good idea to break the wall to threaten his natural base and try to kill some workers there. And if you destroy more than 25 SCVs, you can safely transition to something else. You already have 3 hatcheries and a robust economy, and you can play around it how you like, but in most cases it's more likely that you'll either finish turn off or he'll counter you. That's pretty much it. The same build order could be used against Protoss players, although for this race it's easier to scout your main due to oracles, but you can still try it if you want. I'll also link replays in the video description if you want to look at Shin's and mine execution. If you have any questions, ask me in the comments. And thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this little guide, subscribe for more and check out my other channels in the description. Have a good day and see you next time.